I'm going to be able to squeeze that in as of right now, but I'll try to get a hold of that. Okay, guys, let's talk about what happened last time.
Last time on Shackled City, we learned out. We found out Balthar doesn't know the meaning of the word no.
Is that so?
Well, going by what's her face says.
Okay, let's
back it up to the beginning.
Yeah, let's dial back a little bit. So, what exactly did happen last time? I want to start with someone who doesn't get to talk that often, or at least chooses not to talk that often. He already knows I'm talking about him. InYou, why don't you kind of help us here? Where did we begin last session? What was it about?
Well, we had just retreated from the guard captain, who was attacked, but easily defended himself. And we had returned to the bar, to the tip tankard, to discuss what was going on between where we were going to go from where we were standing, because we had the opportunity to go to a couple different places at the time.
Okay.
I feel like some things were skipped there.
All right. What did he?
If you want.
Go ahead. Interject. Give us some extra information.
Well, yeah, we went ahead and left my brothers after going ahead and capturing some assassins and speaking with a gentleman whose name I can just offhand in an alley. But yeah, in deciding what we wanted to do, we decided that the first thing we were going to check out the apothecary shop.
Yeah, we went to the bar first, and then we were going to the apothecary afterwards. That's where I was headed with that.
It was Mabu that we were talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We went to the bar first. But, okay. It's cool.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, we had a chat with Mavu, who had previously believed that, he didn't think that the deaths were our fault, but he was real pissed off at our group because when he approached the sellsword, who was only in it for money, he said that he was only in it for money. And he took big offense to this, considering his daughter had just died.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And so he sent us off to a place which I can't recall the name of it, outside of town. It would be about 4 days by vehicle, 10 days if you're walking.
I
Correct.
can tell you that right now. Just a second. It was Red Gorge.
Village of Red Gorge.
And so after that, we had a chat. I had thought we went back to the bar to chat about it, but maybe we didn't. And we decided, from what I had overheard, what Horam had overheard previously with one of Red's prior characters, that there might be some affiliation with the person who fled town immediately as all of the deaths started to happen because he couldn't pay his bills.
Right.
At the apothecariat, we apothecary everything you need, or whatever the name of the store is, something along those lines. And so we went inside, and everything was ransacked. By ransacked, I mean he took everything. Looked like he had fled with some haste.
Yes.
And everything looked pretty askew.
Before we go much further, what forced him to leave?
The taxes.
From what I understand, he was fleeing because he couldn't pay the taxes that were required of him.
And why not just ask, like, hey, can I get an extension or something like that? What would cause him to flee?
Because they're not really giving out loans; they're kind of hanging people who don't pay taxes.
I forgot the name of the person who was hanged.
Naomi.
Naomi.
And what was Naomi's role in the city?
She was the town druid.
She was
is a druid, actually. Yeah, she's a town druid. And her goal is to she actually had multiple goals.
Was to,
correct. Was to. She wanted to specifically to help some of the people that were in town, like Jerrod, I believe. I think she had some kind of relationship with Jerrod to a degree.
It's not so much she wanted to help me out, so much as I kind of forced it out.
Hey, Austin, turn your camera back on.
Yep, I see that, and it's doing that again.
Wait, why did my Skype close now? What?
Chain reaction.
You shouldn't have touched fingers, man.
It actually
right
just
back.
closed Skype altogether.
What? This is strange. Well, wouldn't be a Shackled City or a D&D game without some technical difficulties.
I'm back.
It is spreading, dude, it is.
Red gave me a virus.
Mm-hmm.
But no, not only was she
God damn
the
it.
only druid in town. Are we sure? But no, not only was she the only druid in town, she was also one of the healers. And I think her death is going to be keenly missed by Jerrod because she was the only shapeshifter he knew who was in similar straits. So now he has nobody with experience in this to go to.
Correct. That's accurate. He didn't really have anyone to turn to previously, but that's different. Some things have changed. You know that there is at least one person that you consider an ally inside of your group.
He's good enough to get by for now. But yeah, I've just recently found out that one of my allies happens to be a bit like me. Though, truth told, I'm not exactly aware of it because I turned first. But no, that's going to be coming up here in just a minute, right, Annie?
Well, you can continue if you'd like.
No, you were doing a wonderful job.
Okay. Well, we scoured around for a while, and Klaus, I believe, was the one who found a hollow point in the floor as we were walking around looking for any traces of the last laugh, which we thought he might have affiliations with. And he stumbled upon a trapdoor that was concealed but not completely. And upon opening it, oh wait, no, he couldn't open it because it was locked with 2 padlocks. And figured out it was made of 2 separate kinds of metal. And
What metal were those, Xander?
You muted.
One was steel for like a block, and then the other one was laced silver of some kind, wasn't it? Like
was
a
laced-
blessed silver.
It was laced in silver, yes. Yes, it was. Okay. Any idea what was trapped inside or beyond this trapdoor?
Bone devil.
No, not a bone devil.
Barbed devil.
Barbed devil.
Sorry.
There we go. A barbed devil. And why? Just out of curiosity, did he explain like why he's down? Is he the number 1 hide and go seek champion?
Yeah.
Why is he down there?
He's number 1.
He was bound there.
He was bound there. Okay. All right. So why was he bound there?
Well, it turns out that devils tend to have a lot of hidden knowledge, and it might do an apothecary well to know how to go ahead and make some less than savory potions.
Less than savory potions? Okay. All right.
Yeah, they're sour, not savory.
Sure. All right. So you think he was simply there just for potions?
No, but we discussed it before about essentially that any wizard or sorcerer who has the ability to find a demon like that is using it as an extra source of magical power, so they don't have to expend much of their own.
Sure. Okay. All right. So you caught me up. There's a barbed devil below. What did this barbed devil say?
He told us that if we had said his name, Klaus had read his name on the wall, but we were unknown as to what it was at first. And so he was telling us not to say his name and that we would never get it because for it to function, we'd have to say it properly.
I think it was something about like he was going to come up and rip out our innards and, do various things to our mothers. It was overall really bad stuff, and he was apparently sealed there by his name. which was kind of inscribed along the entire lip of this hatch. And yeah, that was a barrel of laughs trying to go ahead and...
Yeah, that was ugly. Ugly. So, okay, so you discovered his name.
Yes, we discovered
Go on.
his name. And then everyone was trying to guess what it was, and everyone was off by a little bit. We knew most of the characters, but figured out afterwards that we thought the K's were X's, or vice versa. And so upon saying his name finally, with my knowledge of things celestial and the opposite,
Okay.
he was put into some form of paralysis, because names hold a real strong meaning with devils and demons and sorts. And so we went down there to talk to him, but go figure, when you're paralyzed, you can't talk very well. And
Right.
I was going to manacle him because it's against my moral code to just murder something that's or helpless. That's the word I was looking for.
Sure. Right.
And so I was going to manacle him, but he's a barbed devil, and it's kind of hard to put manacles on something with barbs. And I got pricked on my finger and hurt a little bit, but it was like getting a test. And a drop of blood fell from my finger onto this devil, and that somehow that allowed him to talk to me. And the only reason I have is fucking magic, because it explains everything. And he talked to me for a little bit, said he was a pretty cool guy, and just said
Yeah,
told us to leave him alone, and
he's a cool guy.
be good. Yeah, he's a fun guy.
He hangs out on the weekends. He does a lot of barbecues.
Yeah, as soon as I
That
paralyzed
likes that
him,
protein.
he was like, "Oh, I was just kidding, guys. I just wanted to get out of here. Thanks for saying my name. We'll be good. We'll catch him next year."
That doesn't sound wholly accurate.
It's not holy at all. It's a demon, bub. Haha, I'm funny.
I'm gonna replace you.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So, given that that's not entirely accurate, what was he really on about? What was his story? What did he tell you?
He told me specifically that he can feel a lot of himself in me, which kind of confused me at first. But then he explained that my kid, the half demon baby that I delivered, or half devil baby that I delivered, actually was his, and that he could smell it on me.
Oh, yeah?
And I just told him that it's okay, because just because it's his bloodline doesn't mean he's going to turn out to be anything like this barbed devil.
Sure.
And
I mean, it's not like we needed Maury Povich to show up and be, "You are not the father."
And then I offered him refreshments, to which he's like, "Well, are you fucking high? Just leave me alone and go away, and I'll return back to my realm." And he doesn't want to be in this one anymore. And I said, okay. And then I relayed the message to just leave him alone, and that he'd leave.
Okay. All right. This sounds like it's going smashingly. And you guys just kind of walked away from this.
Yeah, it's about typical of the flurry.
We walked away, but we also boarded up the way out.
Sure.
Not only to keep him in, but to keep any looters from finding this den.
Right. Now, okay, so we're going to backpedal just a little bit to something that did happen that I really didn't feel like got much coverage. There was some physical changing in the air. Some things were happening to bodies.
Yeah, the silver lock that we broke off.
Yeah.
Got a piece stuck in Sniper in his neck. So he started to transform into his... Was it your were-shark form, or was it more of a werewolf form?
It was a were-shark.
No. I'm
Okay,
a shark.
Yeah, so he started changing into his were-shark form. I went to go tackle him and pull it out, and instead got a shard lodged in my arm, which then started transforming me into a were-rat. And then I believe it was Will who ripped out the piece out of Sniper's neck, and Innie tore it out of my arm. Right?
I think it might have been the other way around, but something along those lines.
I remember Will getting
it
a
left
20.
a little bit of a mark on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no,
Your eyes are
I pulled it out
permanently
as
black.
sniper, and since your
Yeah.
hand began to recede,
Mhm.
your hand was healing over top of the silver piece. It was harder to pull out.
Yeah.
I pulled it out of your hand.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
yeah,
So, what did you guys think? Like, nobody really said anything about the fact that Sakata is changing into some long-limbed, hairy-ass creature.
I already had an idea that this was happening.
Okay?
I mean,
Because
it's
of the
not that
fact that I was there when he was bit by the were-rat,
Okay.
and his finger was removed. And then as he came over to me, being like, "Hey, my fingers," and then it was back, and I was like, "Hey, looks like you're fucked up now. Something's wrong with you." And I wasn't sure if it was were-rat or if he somehow had been blessed by some kind of god or something.
I was blessed by the soul having gods.
I reported it to Tercion.
See, but like the big thing about it is, like, sure, he was turning into some sort of werebeast, and that's horrifying and all, but there was also a demon at hand that
and
we
it's-
kind of
let's
had
be
to
honest,
deal
it's
with
not the
immediately
strangest
following
thing
the
they've seen
explosion.
their teammate doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not the strangest.
In my mind, the thing that bothered me, well, in Horam's mind rather, the thing that bothered him the most is he just found that the father of his alleged child has been alive
Has
and
just
in
been
Cauldron
chilling.
for the entire time,
Just chilling in the basement.
and so he kind of wants to go check up on his kid to make sure everything's okay. Because
It was an eventful couple minutes.
It's like, have you seen your dad's son? It's like, yeah, he was in a basement. I was there last week. It's great.
He came over and saw me.
Yeah, we played
Like, wait.
catch.
A new character
Yeah.
was introduced. What character was that, out of curiosity?
Like NPC
Blue
wise, you're
Duke?
talking about player wise. Yeah, the
blue
Duke.
sword. Blue
Duke,
something.
Blue.
made
The,
appearance.
the
Blue Duke. That's right, Blue Duke.
yeah, Blue Duke. The
The
blue
blue-
critic.
The bloke.
What's his
he
role?
was essentially
He's
the
the head of
chieftain
the
of the
orc.
half-orc mercenaries that are in town.
He's blue. Deputy.
He's a big boy.
God damn it. He is not blue, double-D.
Oh, okay. I lied then. I'm sorry.
What else happened? Let's hear, Klaus, can you pick it up from here? What else? What happened next?
So we were basically just deciding at that point. We were heading because we did not want to be found near the site of this explosion, and also the demon in the basement. It's a little concerning, really. Not to mention it probably further incited the rioters, and also they have a place to go because the explosion wasn't exactly quiet or anything.
Sure.
So we decided to dip over to the tavern because fuck all that noise. And we wanted to check up on Jenya, see how everyone was doing over there.
Right.
So once we reached the tavern, I needed some moments of contemplation.
You
after
did.
This
You
day.
did, in fact. Yeah, you did.
So I went back up to my room, but I believe Ronald and any, that is to say, Balthar and Horam were taking Jenya back to the church. Of
No,
St.
I
Cuthbert.
wasn't with him when he was escorting
He
her.
had began.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I decided I was going to go since I had business to do there.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and Balthar decided he was going to go ahead and be a snitch.
Okay. You had one other interaction. One other interaction had happened outside of Tercion's.
When Kiana came back, she was holding her ear, and when I was trying to ask her when Balthar was asking her what was wrong, she wouldn't answer. As he tried to move in to get a better look, she ended up getting mad and started to attack, and that's when he realized that her ear had been like torn off or blown off, something like that.
Sure. What's that about? That can't just be it can't be normal. She's kind of had it out for you guys for a while.
So it could have been an issue where she was caught in the blast of what had happened, but we're not too sure if that's what it was. Or someone attacked her
Let's hear
That she was
some
following
speculations. I know that you guys have something to say.
When we were inside, I had seen a figure in front of the window, and I didn't catch a face. I just saw the silhouette. And then she returned the ear torn off. So my estimate is that she was the one that was spying on us as per usual. She's just usually better at it. And she was caught in the explosion that happened that caused half the building to collapse. And like
It just blew her ear clean off.
yeah, no, I don't know how it would blow her ear clean off. Maybe a window shard or something. But hey, it's a possibility.
Either that, or she went back into the house and found the demon, and it attacked her.
Yeah, but it was paralyzed.
Or
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know what happened after you walked away from it. So
or we can just admit we have no idea, and we're going to find out later.
Well, this is just our speculations.
Any thoughts from Klaus? Or
No.
Sakata?
Not a fucking thought.
I was in character. I was busy talking to patrons at the bar. So in character, I have no idea what's going on. Out of character, I have no idea what's going on. So it's same.
I'm pretty much resigned to finding out all that's going on in this town at a later date.
That's something that isn't 2:00 in the afternoon.
Just all of it.
Wanna,
You're gonna
Yeah,
find out all
all
of
will
it
be
later.
revealed eventually.
God damn it.
That is my philosophy from now on.
Look, if we wait a week, Cauldron will still be here. It might be on fire, but it'll be here. You just wait for all these problems to settle themselves.
Good
And being on
God.
fire might make it debatably better.
Debatably, he says.
Debatably better. Some might say otherwise, like Horam, but not any.
Yeah.
If it was on
And he's
fire,
a
it
forward
would be better.
thinker. It's like when you raise a forest, so it can get bigger. We burn the houses and they regrow stronger. That's how that works, right?
Sakata just wants to go to the tip tanker and have a pint and wait for all this to blow
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works, but we'll go with that for now.
Well, we know it's not how it works, but that's just what he wants.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So let's get you guys up together at the tavern. I know that Xander was on his way to the tavern specifically.
no, I had just left. I remember I had walked in, all cut up, and asking for help, and Scott was like, "Oh, I have a drink." So I was like,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I
So
feel
now
like
we
did
gotta go
we miss something else? I feel like we've caught.
Horam.
Well, there
Yeah.
was the donations of mine. I gave most of my money to Griffin to hold on to.
Mhm.
And then I went over to a table, had a drink with a friend, learned that they hung Naomi. I don't know who Naomi is in character, so I just tossed a drink back with him, tried to at least make him joyful rather than hating everything. Went back to my table, gave more money to Griffin, and said, "Hey, if anyone needs help, give them this money." Then Ronald walked in holding his guts in, bleeding, and I said, "Hey, have a drink, friend." And that's pretty much it.
And I, when I returned, Jenya was like, "Hey, you want to get out of here?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll take you back to your place." And so we began walking.
Horam's just flexing that charisma score.
Why does your story sound like an Aqua song?
Sounds about right.
All right.
Oh yeah, I think it was. I just left the tavern as well to meet up with Jenya. They said I think Tersan was the one who said that she's the one who can actually heal me.
Yes, you needed to see someone like that, because at this point, you know that Horam isn't immediately around, and you're going to need to find someone with some clerical ability, but something to bind the wound as well. You did take some healthy slashes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. This is good. This is fine. What's the worst that can happen from here? Oh boy.
We start playing.
What a way to start a game. This recap is good. Klaus is going through existential crisis. Sakata is intoxicated. Oh man. This is
Sakata's
perfect.
getting intoxicated. Jerrod is just
Sakata's
hosed.
always intoxicated. Let's not muddy the water here.
Is he though? Like, is he always intoxicated? I feel like he's not. I feel like he desires.
He used to be
being drunk.
I used to be before the 10-year skip, because I walked into that dungeon with a keg on my back.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think
true,
somewhere along the
actually.
10-year skip and dying, I stopped drinking as much.
See, I, as Klaus, choose to believe that you just have alcohol being produced by, like, some body part that
It's
is
actually in my blood cells. They
Time.
secrete alcohol.
Yeah, your BAC is always at, like, a 0.05, somewhere, like, in that level.
This is the power given to me by my god.
All right. Well, we're going to start in the tavern. We'll move over to InYou's character momentarily. Remember, all of this really horrible shit in town is still going on. This is still the same day.
Mm-hmm.
The same tremendously awful day. Let's go ahead and shift that up.
Yeah, in fact, it's only like early afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Correct.
Mhm.
It's like 2 p.m., yeah.
Okay. As the city wages forward with their depression of the events, this multitude of anger and waves of disgust cycles through Cauldron. The city, bound in shackles, on multiple levels, mind you, trudges forward. The people run wild, looting has begun, and there has been a death toll. The captain of the guard is very well aware. Jenya is being escorted by a very capable paladin, or at least he believes he's capable.
A capable human being, not a very capable paladin.
Balthar is not in good shape. Not by any means. Klaus is sitting in a very odd situation as he contemplates his very life before him at this point. And Sakata is, well, dining on as much ale as he possibly can.
Cracking open a cold one open with my olden boys.
That's right. You've just learned that the person that died in the town has some affiliation, or at least is notable enough to be known as Naomi. And you guys don't really get too many names unless it's someone that is known in the town. So, it's up to you to inform the other people around you about that. I need to know, what is Jerrod doing?
He was slumped over the bar, wasn't he?
Yeah, because he went ahead and failed that perception save so bad. I just was like, okay, he's getting hosed at the bar. It's just
He's
trying
hosted
to
on the
cope with
floor.
The fact that somebody's trying to kill his brother, and that somehow or another it's going to be his fault
Again.
again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be trying to go ahead and get the flurry to kind of get a move on so we can get that taken care of. Again.
Alright, Sakata, the ball is kind of in your court at this point.
I'd actually, well, I offered Ronald a drink, or well, Balthar a drink. I don't know how he responded to that while he's bleeding, internally and externally.
I left. I'm not even in the tavern anymore, dude.
Oh, so you just said fuck you and left? Oh, well.
No, because I kept asking you for help, and you just said, I just have a drink, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, no, I'm just gonna go find Jenya, and I left.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go find some actual medical attention.
I mean, look, you just put the bottle in the wound and you just lay on your side. It works. It's modern medicine.
I'm dying, Squirtle. Have a beer!
Look, you take a beer, you walk it off, you'll be fine.
It'll cure what ails you.
I'm going to nudge Jerrod in the side and see if I can get him to get up off the bar, at the very least. Then,
Oh, what do you want?
have you ever heard of Naomi?
Nail.
Is that name? Yeah, is that because that was the one who got hanged? Apparently, I don't. Do you?
Okay, give me a minute. Naomi.
Yes.
That's who was on.
Yes.
Oh.
Is that an issue? Was it someone that they knew?
No, not somebody that everybody knew. No, it was somebody I knew.
Oh,
And actually, well, okay, a moment of honesty here, but this can't go past you or I.
okay. Should I be worried?
Not so much. So you know my affliction.
The eye thing?
Yeah. Well, Naomi actually knew about it. Because when I first found out about it, of course, I went to all the healers in town, trying to find out some kind of cure for the affliction, and Naomi not only knew about it, she also suffered from it.
So she was also aware Shark.
Well, I don't know about Shark, but she's the one that kind of hinted to me that this isn't something that can be cured. And I was hoping to work with her more on how to keep things in control.
Well, that'll be hard.
This is bad. This is not good.
We could look for other healers. I'm pretty sure there's one of them.
There's one other gentleman in town. He was staying over at the church. Last I checked, who had some clue as to what was going on. It's neither here nor there. Naomi, that's a blow.
Yep. This happens when you don't pay your taxes. I'm going to toss one back when I put the cup on the desk. I mean, I'm pretty sure her doorknobs are still on her place, though, if you wanted.
No, she lived in a tent. I checked.
Oh, okay.
It was a building. She did live in a building. But there were no doors.
Wait, did she have the hippie beads, like, in the entrance?
Well, I remember her having a basement. I remember her having, like, a wall of thrush you had to move.
There were no hippie
Sounds like
beads.
the shining.
I don't recall any doorknobs. Anyways, regardless. Leave my addiction to me, thank you.
Hey man,
I don't get on you about your drinking.
I'll just continue to drink after that. And so are we going?
Regardless, I thought I saw Balthar. Is he?
Yeah, he had a stab wound.
Oh, okay. So nothing
Yeah.
important.
No, I offered him a drink and told him to sit down, but he kept whining, "Nah, it hurts," and walked away.
You know, for a bugbear, you think he'd be a little more durable.
Yeah, you'd think. Whatever. Do we want to get her zappy
I
friend?
suppose. I hate to bother him, but yeah, with everything going on in town right now, we should probably not leave things the way they are. And if
Well-
Balthar's off wounded, he's probably looking for Jenya. And Horam's already walking towards church. Let's just go ahead and get church.
I'll go get Klaus then.
Plan our
You
next
stay down
move
here.
from there. Yeah,
I'll,
give me one to go to. I'll go. Get
I'll put 3 coins on the bar and walk away. And go upstairs to get Klaus to knock on his door.
Sure. Thank you so much, Ketchup, for becoming a Bubscriber, brother. Thank you very much. Hopefully you stick around and keep supporting the stream the way that you have. And welcome into the fam permanently, brother. I look forward to entertaining you for years to come.
So, Bub, what do you think our conglomerate's going to be called? Your subscribers?
I don't
the
know.
subs of Bub.
I like the Bubbernauts personally still.
The Bubbernauts?
Yeah.
No, personally.
We don't have a newt theme, but
I do.
I personally like the ring of it.
Just bring me back whatever.
Okay.
Thank you.
I like the knots.
Bring back newts!
Just
This is now a newt stream.
This is not a nude stream, sorry.
I'm a fan of the Bubscribers. I think it's easy, simple to remember.
It's pretty fitting, too. The bub traps? Definitely not. Oh, God. All right.
Klaus, we hear you in there. We can hear the sighing.
We can hear the existential dread from out here.
Just hear quietly muffled through the door. To your diary, you apathetic.
They stand outside of your door. You can hear them through the muffled planks of your already shoddy
Such an emo kid.
home.
I'm just gonna continue knocking until he answers. And just come on. I'm not gonna stop.
You don't want me to go ahead and do anything to your doorknob.
Why should I even get up? What does it matter anymore? We can't save this town.
The bugbear got stabbed.
And you didn't help him?
I mean, I gave him a beer. He didn't want it, so he ran to go to get Jenya, and he's gonna be with Horam. And in the middle of the town, they're probably both gonna die. I mean, if he had a beer, he would have been fine.
Look, Klaus, yes, I understand it's been a long day already, but if who's going to do anything about it if not us? Come on, champ.
As the
I hate it when
Tweedles,
you're right.
as the Tweedles call for you outside of your door, you realize that the call to arms is very strong. D and Dumb are right. Which
For
one they
once in
are?
their short, sad lives.
Which one it is? I'll let you decide which one is D and Dumb, or Dumb and Dumber at this point. And you do in fact feel the call to arms. You realize that it is prescient for you to become involved.
Come on, champ. You know, if
Is my door open inward or outward?
Let's say inward.
Okay. I'll just kind of close the door, not really getting up yet, kind of very slowly rolling over and sitting up and pondering for a moment with my hands on my knees, and then slowly rising to face the day once more.
There's our little guy.
Don't ever
Look
call
on the
me that
bright
again.
Look on the bright side. If it's just me and Sakata going out there on our own, everybody dies.
You muted, Austin.
Do you want a beer? It'll help with the acceptance.
I don't want a goddamn beer.
I mean, it'll help you.
Keep your alcohol to yourself.
Sakata, remember, he's a kid. I forget
Not
it
in that
sometimes,
body.
too.
In that body, he can.
Well, we don't want to talk about his, sudden manhood or anything like that. His early onset of puberty and middle age.
As they speak about you in third person, almost as if you're not there, you grow simply more furious with them.
And I think to myself, what an awful fucking party.
While continuing this discussion with Jerrod, I'm gonna just continue walking down to go back down to the bar to get a last drink. As I reach the final step, you can sit in the hallway longer if you want, but I'm gonna down a drink and I'm gonna head out.
All right, I'll see you out front. So what say, class? We going?
I suppose.
Okay. You guys have made the decision to move out specifically to help. Is it Balthar that needs the help more? Or at all? Do you really think Balthar needs help?
No, I think he just needs to walk it off and stop being a bitch.
Well, I know Balthar is wounded, but we also know he's looking for Virginia. We also know he knows where the church of St. Cuthbert's is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're just gonna head for St. Cuthbert's, I think.
You should find us on the way there if you're faster than us.
I mean, if nothing else, we'll follow the Bloods trail.
Yeah, see? He just left us. He left us a breadcrumb trail.
Horam,
There's
you're gonna
not that many people dying.
you're gonna
in the
get there
streets.
first. In fact, you will probably arrive about this time. I'm assuming that you may have had your weapon at your side the entire time, as opposed to on your back.
Yep.
With the tensions as high as they are in the town, it's likely that you need to be prepared for any event that transpires.
Hopefully, everything goes smoothly.
Hopefully, yeah. Let's take a look here. I need to make sure that this is accurate. Yeah, perfect. Horam, can I get a will save?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how he bitches like that. It's like, it's not like he's got my will save stats.
32 with a nat 20. How'd I do?
Well, close.
That was 33, wasn't it?
It was 33. Yeah, it was
Damn it.
super close. No, you get this overwhelming sense of being watched. You feel like there are eyes that have been cast upon you.
Can I try and, like, without alerting much attention, just kind of peer around to see if I can see where the eyes are looking at me from?
Sure, give me an untrained stealth, and then followed by perception.
Oh, there's my stealth. 17.
Not bad. Let's see that beautiful perception.
And the perception is...
3 weeks of hot
22.
rolls. Yeah, dude, he's killing it. As you
Starting off good.
You pan around, just kind of minding your own business like you're watching for people. And as you look all the way around you, you can't seem to locate a particular individual. You know, you look to rooftops, you look down alleys. Everyone that nears you, within 30 feet, you kind of get a good scope of who they are. But no one kind of feels like they're watching you. Everyone that passes by literally does just that. You can't quite pinpoint who it is or what this feeling is, but you definitely feel like you're being watched.
Okay, then I'd pick up pace ever so slightly.
Okay.
But not enough to be, like, sprinting.
Sure, sounds good. As you pick up pace, you see Jinya actually kind of looks at you. She's like, What's wrong? Why are we moving so much faster?
I just have a feeling that something might be wrong at the church at the moment. Just an underlying feeling. Sorry. Do you mind if we move a little bit quicker?
My Saren ray senses are tingling.
No, the clergy should be there. There shouldn't be any problems, but we can move as fast as you like.
Just what's comfortable with you. I know you were injured recently. Also, sorry about that.
She kind of shakes her head. Just, not to worry. Everything will be fine. In due time. So you guys push on. You will arrive to the Church of St. Cuthbert. Nothing appears out of the ordinary. Everything seems just fine.
When we arrive and see that everything's fine, I'm gonna say that I guess it was just a hunch, not valid. And so I'll once upon escorting her there, I'm gonna hang around for a bit, just kind of make sure everything goes smoothly in the church, because I know she's had a hard time trying to keep it running.
Sure. Sure. All right, seems good. She will move inside of the church, placing her belongings down. She'll talk to a few people about making some repairs to her armor, or to go and speak to the local smith. But nothing that really kind of strikes out to you as odd. Nobody's even kind of watching you here. A few moments will pass by, and you'll eventually see that Balthar is kind of shuffling along. He's not really hiding per se, but he's kind of sticking to the shadows, much in his style. However, he seems to be kind of moving a little slower than normal. Like he's clutching... He seems to be clutching his gut in his chest. Give me perception, Horam.
Well, let's see if my macro's right. Yep, that's right. 27.
You can tell that he sustained quite a vicious amount of wounds. Something has happened to him very, very recently that has injured him greatly, and it's actually what's stinting his normal speed.
Once I notice this, I'm gonna go to the door and open it and usher him inside, and
Sure.
to a pew or somewhere he could lay down. an operating table per se.
They don't really have much in the way of an operating table, but
No, I know, but they have pews.
they'll certainly have a pew. Balthar, as you arrive, you see that the door is opened by Horam, and Horam he tells you, "Come in, come in."
Thank you. Is there Jenya here?
Jen is here, but you, before you speak with her, I should tend to your wounds. You don't look too nimble at the moment.
No, not at the moment. I just need a place to lay down.
I'm gonna here, come lay down, and I'm gonna offer him to lay down on one of the pews.
The moment that your backside touches one of the pews, as you sit down, you feel a holy blessing. Austin, please restart your cam if you can. You feel this holy blessing kind of like pour down over the top of you. And you're going to heal 6 points. Heal up 6. You see this before you, this light kind of pours over your body, and it seems to kind of mend some of the wounds, but it doesn't really do that great of a job. It's not going to steeple off the damage that you took, because you took a lot, if I recall. Something like 40 or 50 points of damage, I think.
Yeah, I had 73 HP. I'm now at 79.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're looking a little rough. Horam, you also see this firsthand as he sits down.
Do you mind if I remove what pieces of armor you have?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna do so to the best of my abilities. I don't think I need a roll for that. It's not like it's a
No, it's
puzzle.
Give me perception, please.
16.
16. As you begin to remove some of the armor itself, you can see that it's beginning to alleviate pressure on his body, and it tends. Hey, thank you so much, Sniper, for subbing with Twitch Prime, brother. Thank you very much. That puts you at the lucky number 20.
Did you finally decide to get it?
He just looked at all the spinners that he could get off Amazon.
He's like, shit, I am gonna need that Prime. He's
Thanks so much. You are, in fact, a subscriber. Welcome to the club, SniperGoat. Yes. As you begin to remove his armor, you can see that it's removing pressure from certain parts of his body, and it's no longer stinting the blood flow. It's actually increasing the speed at which he's bleeding now.
Yeah, I'd rush to grab my healer's kit and get his clothing off so that I could close the wound.
Sure. Give me a heal check, please.
Wrong check. Rip. That's the one.
Good lord, your stats are impressive. How many skill points do you get?
Like 3. The only thing I have them in is like 4 skills total. Everything else is a negative. Like I got a -4 to stealth. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's untrained now, so I can't really throw anything into it.
Well, to be fair, you got that -4 mostly because you're wearing armor.
Oh yeah, it's 100% because I'm wearing armor. I can't fly, can't escape from anything. I can't
Wait, you're
climb.
trying to tell me you can't fly when you're wearing full plate?
It's a little hard.
I'm pretty sure you learned that you couldn't fly when you jumped off a building top.
But also because heal is what I need to do most of the time. And if I can't see what I'm healing, it's important.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's about
Shut up
it.
and get back to work.
And the 6 charisma.
Alright, so noted. I'm going to make you do stealth checks for the rest of the game.
Stealth check is like, what?
Alright,
Hey,
you're
I'm
gonna
not over here.
I'm gonna need you to heal him. Alright, roll a sneak check real quick.
I need you to stealthily hide the needle in his body.
I'm gonna try and sneak it in there and then close the needle inside somehow without another needle.
Bub, I want to smite and attack this creature. Alright, roll me a sneak attack.
Yeah, but then I sneak attack and Bub's like, shit, I lied. I didn't know that.
The last thing I want to do is give him a fucking sneak attack. He has so much damage already.
I would never sneak, but the time I do, it's gonna die.
All right,
Yeah,
looks like
you do your smite damage, and, in
Yeah.
exchange.
it appears that he slayed a god, guys. Little do we know.
That sounds like a cool idea, like a Templar assassin kind of build.
Yeah. I
That sounds horrible.
Religious
Yeah.
smite with daggers and just stab, stab, stab.
Paladins are a lot of bursts, though. Like, it's the first hit that does all the damage. And by all the damage, I mean most of the damage.
Okay,
not all of it.
Templar assassin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's basically Garen at this point.
Yeah, it's
All right.
it's my smite.
As you're
Flex if
working,
it's cute.
as you're working on mending his wounds, the rest of the boys will arrive to the church.
Hey, yo, what's up? Walking up in this club. Oh, damn. What happened to Balthar?
We didn't,
Got
boys.
stabbed.
Lead him, boys.
Freedom boys.
We roll up on our unicycles. Like, what up?
Oh shit, it's them boys.
God damn it!
You might even say the boys are back in town.
I'm gonna sass everyone.
It's probably not bad.
It's gonna be the great sassing of '99.
Can I sit down on a pew next to Balthar and say? I mean, you could have taken the drink and walked off too. Both would have worked.
You make it sound like you cut him.
I mean, I didn't. He came into the tavern with the cut. I was.
Is that true, Balthar? He didn't cut you. Did he touch you?
I'm just focusing on Innie trying to help me. I'm not saying anything on this moment.
He seems
Show
rather
the big
tense. Seems rather tense in this moment.
Look, see, he didn't say I cut him.
Show me where the
Did
big
you traumatize this? Dude,
I mean, does beer traumatize people? Wait, don't answer that.
Seems to be a little worse for wear at this point. He's taken and sustained a great amount of damage from some kind of slashing weapon, as far as you can tell.
And he just doesn't want to go ahead and tell us. So, yeah.
He's a little
you know.
focused, but if you give him a moment to let this operation of sorts finish, you guys will get more information. Horam, as you finish tidying up the wounds on his chest, you make deft work of it. He's gonna have a gnarly scar pretty much for the rest of his life, unless he has some kind of divine recursion. But that's not likely. The gods aren't exactly your fans at this particular point.
No, I know. After closing the wounds, I'd like to cast a lay on hands on his belly.
Sure, go ahead. Give him the lay on hands.
Bango bango bongo.
Healed 29. Balthar.
Man, if anybody needed to invest in some manscaping.
What?
Well, he's a bugbear, right?
Yeah.
I'd imagine that he's rather furry.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with this either.
Yeah, I'm at 108 right now. 108 of 118.
Okay, so you're looking a lot better. I'm just going to go ahead and go right over the fact that he's talking about manscaping a bugbear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's just going to look at Jerrod and just be like, no, moving on.
I'm so confused. My God. Okay. All right. It looks like they're kind of looking to you, Balthar, for some answers. They want to know what's happened.
Putting back on my arm back on, I'll look over to Horam and Klaus. Thank you, Horam. I was attacked by Kiana a little while ago.
What did you do to her?
Do?
I mean, she
Nothing.
doesn't like us, but she doesn't hate us that I know of.
Do you guys not trust our party member here? I mean, he says he was stabbed, and he was stabbed by somebody.
No, we don't
Thinks it
have
was
any
Kiana.
doubt
trust
about
his
And your
story.
first
being
question is,
attacked by
what
her.
did you do? Not why did she attack you?
I asked what he did to her because she has never made a hostile action towards a seemingly innocent person under my knowledge.
And Balthar has?
It's fine, Klaus.
Let's put it this way.
I'm used to
she doesn't attack
assumptions
people
like this.
at random. So what happened?
I'm not sure. When I was leaving the guardhouse, I had seen her approaching. It wasn't until I realized that she had blood in her hand and she was holding her ear. She had sustained some kind of wound. Something either seared off her ear or cut it off, but the damage looked pretty bad. When I tried to help her, she lashed out and attacked me.
Just like that.
Yeah.
I thought she was nice.
I mean, it sounds like primal instinct.
I mean, I'll be honest. If I ran into a bugbear in the middle of the city, I'd be a little.
Did you catch her by surprise, or was it
No.
just casual up until the point of the slashing?
I just approached her, and she lashed out at me. I'm not sure what it was.
It's quite
that
bizarre.
racist.
At this point, Jenya will have returned. Seeing that all of you have arrived here, she is not entirely sure why, but she's happy to see most of you in the good graces. She welcomes you in and asks if there's anything that she can do. Is there something that I can do for the flurry?
Should I go way outside? I don't know if you're comfortable with me being here.
You're a child of this land, just like the rest of them. Why would you not be allowed in the good graces of Sarenrae herself?
Being a bugbear doesn't usually always invite welcoming offerings.
Have you raised your hand to me?
No.
Have you cast out Sarenrae?
No.
You are fine here. Welcome to
As for
St.
myself,
Cuthbert's.
Kenya,
Thank you.
as for myself, I'm fairly fine. I think we all are. We just came because with everything going on in the city, we felt it best that we start as quickly as possible, and we didn't feel like back.
So is there something then that I can help you with? I wish there was something that I could help you with.
Who's this?
Well, I don't know. We were still undecided as to what our next step, what our next plan of attack was going to be. Klaus, you seemed deep in thought when we interrupted you. What were you thinking?
I was thinking that the town is in practical flames, and I don't have any idea how we can stop it. But as far as anything you could do to help us, Jenya, I don't believe there's anything. Aside from the name and potentially the location of the man that we brought to you some time back. He was a druid of some sort, I believe.
She kind of looks around for a moment. Is there something that you needed from him? He's around the city. He comes mostly at night to sleep, but even then, not often. I find that he tends to stay with his tiger.
That's understandable, yes. We just would like to speak to him. There's some things that he has knowledge of that would be very useful to us. However, barring that, do you happen to know where Rufus resides, where his family's home is?
Rufus... Where Rufus is, I know not. I had suspected that he'd gone back to Red Gorge. This is where I had found him previously, but he said that he had many things to discern in his life. He had things to understand, and he seemed very frustrated with the events that were transpiring here in Cauldron. He wouldn't tell me what it was. He was usually so forthcoming with me, but something's happened. The last few months have been a bit altering, like a heavy rain. It's kind of come down here.
Red Gorge is good. That's actually where we're supposed to be heading sometime soon. We'll see what we can do.
Did you have any luck finding Alec?
We still haven't been able to locate him. With all of the insanity that the town is going through at the moment, it's a little difficult.
We may have an idea as to where to start looking.
Oh? Where might that be?
We believe that Alec might be found in Red Gorge, at an inn there.
In Red Gorge? Well, why would Alec be there?
It's not for certain, it's just a place to start.
Well, I'm not entirely sure why he would go to Red Gorge. I know that he had recently gone on an excursion, but he comes back into town frequently enough. He has someone that he sees in town to fund his expeditions.
Oh?
I wonder if he might know.
Do you have a name for this man?
I believe it's Tigets.
Tigets.
Better than a name. Do you have a place where we could find him?
Yes, actually, you will have to go to Tigets Things.
That makes that easy. Where is it in Cauldron?
Let's take a look if I can allocate Tigets.
Oh boy.
It's number 12.
She tells you that Tiget. How do you know it's number 12? Is it on that map?
It says it on the map.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually sure if that map had details on it.
I don't know where number 12 is because there's no numbers.
There's no numbers
on the map.
have the key.
That's
Put on the
because
keys.
yeah, I took your numbers away.
Man, I like my numbers.
I had to.
We've invested.
You have been. Let's see. Tigets. Tigets Old Things. According to this, let's see, we've got... Well, that's strange. Got 11. Oh, there it is. And you're at St. Cuthbert's. Is St. Cuthbert's on that map? Yeah, that's number 7. Let's see. Tigets is down 3, 1, 2, 3. It's just south of High Lantern Street. High Lantern Street is in the northeastern quadrant.
Oh, so he's on that street between Middle and High Lantern.
Yes. Yes, actually. And it's actually... I'll go ahead and ping it. Boom.
Boom!
It's that tiny little place right there. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to map view so everyone can kind of get a look at this.
Is there boom?
Oh, shit. All the cameras are off.
What did you do?
As she mentions this, I'm gonna tap her on the shoulder and gesture towards the basement, where my child is kept.
Wait, say that one more time.
As she's explaining this, I'm gonna say, may I go? And I'm gonna gesture towards the basement where my child is kept.
She kind of reaches out and she grabs at your upper arm, and as she reaches your arm, you see this this pontiff of despair kind of fall over her, and she looks to you and she says, I've been meaning to tell you. Since I've seen you today, on the last eve, someone had snuck in to St. Cuthbert's, and they were aware of the child. They have since removed him.
Who are they?
I don't know, and without the star, I'm unable to scry them. Do you still have the star?
I do.
You don't.
You've been using it as a weapon.
No.
No,
You guys don't.
No, he has not. The star was given to me as a gift, and then because it was like,
Go ahead.
oh, I was just to say it was burned up when we used it to revive Sakata because Sarah and Ray deemed it so.
Oh, right.
I hadn't recalled that it burned up. I
Yeah.
thought we were just keeping it as a. Do we?
Totally worthwhile wish.
Right.
Man, talk
So,
about a bad return.
I'm gonna respond with, no, we don't have it any longer. When we had used its wish, the weapon had disposed of itself, decomposed in some manner.
So the star is lost then?
I believe it so.
Well, then there will be no scrying.
Do you remember any facial figures, anything that can determine who these people were?
She moves over to the table that had previously been the place that you guys were introduced to Charlotte, if you guys remember back that far. And as she moves over, she seems to break out a quill and ink, and she begins to, almost like drawing, sketching out something. And as she does so, she shows you that it's a triangular style mask, half black, half white.
That sounds
That's
familiar.
all I needed to know. Thank you, Jenya. I know you did all you could for him.
I didn't do enough. And I'm sorry for not telling you sooner, but when I had found out, it was very late, and
I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder and I'm gonna say better late than never.
I was meaning to tell you today. I'm sorry, Horam. I'm sorry. I wish that this wouldn't be that way. How can I help further? Is there something that I can do to make this easier? Can I assist in some way?
You can keep the people of this town safe. I know your armor's damaged and you're practically weaponless, but you don't realize how much of an impact you can have on this community.
It seems almost daunting when you inform her of this. She just kind of looks on, flabbergasted, not entirely sure what to say, what to do. You certainly have asked something intense of her. And it's interesting enough because she's the leader of a church, and you've basically asked her to look after a demon infant. And you're like, keep all of the people of the town safe. And she's just like, whoa, bring me back 2 infants. This is way easier.
Bring me two demons, maybe not even infants anymore. That's a lot easier.
So, needless to
Just do
say,
what you can.
it's been a little daunting. And you can see as it kind of falls over her face that it's this is a struggle. This is a huge struggle. But she nods and she accepts the task at hand. She's not exactly quiet about this, so it's kind of up to the others to either hear this or interpret this information based upon what has been said.
Do we have the right to not care about his kid?
Certainly. I mean, there is something about it that seems to be, or needs to be important to you, but what that is immediately, you don't know. How it even makes a point now.
The fact that there's a group in control of a demon child is usually enough.
I'll stand up. If you need help finding this child of yours, I'll do what I can.
Have you must have heard of The Last Laugh?
You actually don't have much information on The Last Laugh. Being outside as a warden of Saren, you don't get much info on that.
I'm sorry, no. This is actually the first time that I've started hearing about them.
They're kind of the rogue assassin. I don't know what they are.
You know those gentlemen we stopped on our way to my brother's?
Yes.
Those guys.
Yeah, there's a large community of them that run, well, organized crime in the area.
So they're the problem of Cauldron is what you're saying.
One of the many problems, but yes.
Very well. As I've said before, I don't know much about them, but if your child is in danger, I'm willing to help you in any way that I can to get him back.
Now, you guys do know that there is a second group of individuals that are acting inside of the walls of Cauldron. It is a second criminal organization that goes by the name of the Alley Bashers. They have less political involvement. They tend to be ruffians that pick off, or attempt to pick off nobles. Not exactly for Robin Hood's story. They're looking to line their pockets, yes.
They're just the local assholes then, so.
Basically.
So we know that we need to go ahead and keep our eyes open for The Last Laugh now. And, well, that's getting a little more urgent. Really think we should go to Taiga's? After all, if we can find the man who's funding Alec, we might be able to go ahead and actually just get Alec to stand down.
We can certainly hope. Wouldn't hurt to pay him a visit.
I mean, it's either that or head out of town as fast as humanly possible.
Why don't we do both? Why don't we speak with him and then head out of town as fast as humanly possible, or bugbearily possible?
I thought you were finally deciding for us to split the party. I was so happy.
Barely possible. Oh, man.
All right. Sakata and I will go do our thing. Klaus and Balthar, you guys go to see.
We divide and we
Taiga
conquer.
and start walking, Jerrod.
I don't even like his music though.
Yeah, it's not tremendous. He's not a very good bard.
Shit, I misspelled his name. It's Taiget, not Tyoget.
Tyoget.
Taiget. Taiget's things. Alright, so, all jokes aside, I know that you guys aren't exactly splitting the party.
No.
Sadly,
No,
we're
not
We're
in
gonna
your
go to
wettest
Taiga's,
dream.
as much as
Wow.
I want to.
get some horses, and then get on.
So you guys are off to see Taiget, then, of Taiget's old things.
Yep.
Alright, you've been given the destination and the direction to Taiget's, and let's go there.
When we get there, is the shop's open and booming with business in the middle of this raid?
Let me go ahead and set things a little differently here. We're going to cut the build-up tension and build up the right kind of music. Something a bit better. It's not exactly going to be Darbuka music. Let's go ahead and play this.
While you're setting that up, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. Be right back.
Sure. All right. And while he's gone, I'm going to actually take this plate away. I'll be right back, guys. I'm actually going to get a water while I'm at it. And we can continue there. Give me 2 seconds.
So, Sniper, this goes to that earlier question. Ronald, and any to you too. Mushrooms, yeah or nay on your pizza?
Hell no.
Not on my pizza.
No.
Why would I want something that eats decaying matter on my pizza?
It's not too bad. It's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I like them in lasagna, but I hate canned mushrooms altogether. Canned mushrooms gross me out. I can eat any fresh mushroom. Canned
like
mushrooms.
portobello, like freshly cut mushrooms are like.
Yeah.
But
They're
like
pristine. Like I'll barbecue them. They're good. But canned mushrooms, it's like, I don't know. It's a consistency mostly. The flavor is not good either, but the consistency gets to me.
See, there's my mom used to make this. It's steak with mushrooms in like a white sauce, and like that was the one thing that made me actually start to like mushrooms. And after that, like it's like I can enjoy it on a pizza. I can dig it. But what about you?
Checo asked what we thought about pineapple on pizza.
I'm okay with it.
I'm Hawaiian, so
Pineapple's disgusting?
I like pineapple, but I can't put something sweet on my pizza. It's
See,
just not my thing.
I love pineapple enough to where it is the one sweet thing I can throw on my pizza.
Not on my pizza. I like pineapple. I'll eat pineapple all day, but I'm not gonna mix it with meat and
Well, see,
tomatoes.
that's why you don't get it with meat. You just get it with the cheese, and it's a sweet and salty combination.
No thanks.
I like sweet and salty.
Yeah,
So
Jekka, we'll do that. If we can bang out 5 more, we'll go ahead and give him a luck roll.
Man, we already hit the count and you moved it. God damn.
Oh, of course I gotta go. Jekko's pushing for us to get 50 day 1.
It was at 15, and then Bub moved it up to 20. We hit that. Might as well go for 50.
Watch, we're gonna get to 25. All right, guys, let's get that luck reroll at 30. We got this.
We got.
Like hero.
We got.
55.
My goal is to get all of the people in chat stars. We need stars here. We're the Black Star Club. Everyone here is
They're
gonna
all
be.
stars in my heart.
I'll be your Sabaki. All right, Black Star. All these sub stars. That's
I
right.
got that reference.
Ha! Ah, you're such a weeb. I love it.
Pineapple and bacon's good on a pizza.
Does my
I
sub count for extra? I mean, it does to me, Ranston. It does a lot, but in this count, it's not going to matter to Twitch staff at what level they do sub. It's just going to be the amount of people that do sub.
Let's get 46 people all at that $25 level. We got this, guys.
Oh my god, I would vomit.
That's a lot.
I would vomit. Yeah, I think we're at 20.
Let's get Bub to 246 subscribers. We got this. Day 1, boyos.
Welcome back.
Anyways, moving on.
Welcome back. Yeah, we're at 20 subs, guys.
Yeah, everyone's gonna go ahead and put their cot sheets up about the pineapple.
Okay. When you guys arrive to Tygets, Tygets is a very, very old building. You can tell that it hasn't had much renovation. There is a sign that has been painted on the inside of the window. It's not like it's stained glass. There is no hanging sign that declares operating hours. Your guess is that it closes at sundown, and it's pretty old. It's pretty decrepit. It doesn't look like it should still be in business, or at least of a business owner that would care for his shop much.
Are the doors boarded up, or is it like...
No, they're still open. Everything seems like that seems fine. There's nothing that would make you think that the doors are boarded up for any reason whatsoever.
Then I will walk up to the door. I'm going to open it
Okay.
and stroll on in.
When you open the door, you see that there's a string that's kind of like hanging in your face. The moment that you open the door itself, and when you kind of take a look at it, you see that it was the string to a bell that would typically ring if this place was in any form of repair whatsoever. But
Right.
as the door swings open, you hear an old, like an almost a very old world sounding voice from the back. Oh, come in, come in.
Is there a? Do I see the bell, or do I just see the string?
You do see the bell. You do see the bell. It's just off to the side.
As I walk in, I'm just gonna walk up and ding it as I go by.
Yeah. Yes. I know. Come in. Come in.
I'll walk through and hold the door open for my friendos.
I'll be honest. If I see the string, I'll kind of glance up and give it a tug before stepping on it myself. Because OCD.
I made this for you. Oh my god.
I'll keep posted outside. I'll let them handle their business with the old man.
Sure. I gotcha. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Shadow, for that donation, brother. I appreciate that. I do. Let's take a look here. I'm trying to find... Oh, that was number 12, wasn't it? 12 for Tigets. For Tiget?
Oh, I thought you were putting in last-minute quirks.
No.
Don't scare me like that.
So, additional information about this. Tigets is it's a two-story structure. It's a small flat, bear in mind. But when you step in, you can see that this place is... It's kind of like a shop of novelties. Of oddities that have been acquired over time. And the oddities are impressive in assortment. You see, there's antiquities of a variety of value. Strange vases, statuettes, small figures, tapestries. You see that there is a door, and next to that door there is a series of steps that lead up. It's safe to say that this door probably leads down into like a basement of sorts. But around the corner at this point, you see that there is an older man. It looks to be a halfling of sorts. Let me see if I can find you guys a picture, or maybe a handout even. Did I
Are you sure
create...
he's a halfling and not just a midget?
I'm pretty positive, actually.
Yeah, because, I mean, Jerrod would be terrified of making that mistake.
No, this is definitely a halfling. Alright, so let me go ahead and get you an image of Tyget himself.
He actually has green skin, is about 6'3", and has giant tusks.
His name is actually Rick Harrison.
It's not Rick Harrison. Get the fuck out of here.
It's Rick James, bitch.
Okay. It's gonna be posted in the Twitch chat.
Oh boy, oh boy.
There you go.
That's a big dog.
It is a big dog. More than just a dog,
It's
even.
a normal-sized dog. I think it's just a tiny person.
It is, in fact, a big dog. When he sees you and he rounds the corner, he puts his hand up. Shut the door, please. Shut the door. But close the door!
So everyone's in. Well, everyone except for Balthar. I'll close the door.
Okay. As you step into his establishment, you see that some kind of yellow-eyed hound... Hey, Mean Rabbit, thank you so much for joining the Bubscribers. Welcome in, brother. I appreciate it. Welcome to the fam.
Be right back.
You see this yellow-eyed hound round the corner, and this hound is every bit the size of a tiger. It's large. It's got a very profoundly large chest. It's got a thick-sized head, and it's striped over its back. It's daunting, to say the least. And Tyget, he waves you in. Come now, come in. Begins coughing.
While they interview him and ask him questions, I'm gonna be looking around the oddities.
Okay.
And just generally browsing.
Is anybody... Explain to me, I need to know what everybody's going to be doing here. That's what I need to know.
I said I'm going to be browsing the artifacts,
Okay.
just up and down the aisles.
I'm not all there right now. Kind of focusing on the child more than it's kind of clouded his mind of most things
Okay.
that are going on around him right now.
Klaus, I think it's just going to be you and I.
Yep, that's what it's seeming like.
I'll probably just follow Sakata. Just watch as he's going around and make sure.
Horam's going to go ahead and watch Sakata and be like, "Swiper, no swiping."
No,
Swiper,
I'm
no
not
swiping.
even stealing. I'm basically being the kid at like a grocery store, picking everything up, looking at it, putting it back down.
But he's gonna put it all in the wrong place, and I know it. And
No,
I'm just gonna
it's
go
the right
after
place.
him and put them back in the right place
It's
afterwards.
the right place. It's just turned.
Oh, you're one of those people. I work at a convenience store. I get those people. It sucks.
Okay.
Bastard.
You get the row of letters, you just pull one up.
All right, so Jerrod and Klaus, you two are going to be focusing on talking to him then. Did Balthar say he was staying outside, or he was kind of...
Yes, he's keeping watch.
Yes,
All right.
Balthar said he was staying outside.
All right.
Jerrod will do the talky bits.
Horam, since you're kind
we're
of
all dead.
minding your business, focusing internally, can I get a perception, please, from you, Horam? I'm going to say that you have the best chance of seeing this.
I'm gonna say I don't.
Not like that, you don't. Not like that. Actually, even or odd. Even or odd in your favor.
Even, because it's always 4.
It's actually 3.
It's 3.
It's actually 3. You do not see it. You're just kind of focused internally at the events that are going on around you. And you don't even... You kind of begin to just tone out what everybody's saying. It just kind of sounds like...
Everyone's turned into Charlie Brown.
Yeah, they get that Peanuts teacher, and you're focusing internally on the events like... What is the point of this demon, this devil? What's happening with the child? Why did the last laugh have anything to do with this? Who was that person at the window? Like, you would just have so many questions that you're mulling over at this point, that you're just trying to kick into your head. Sakata, give me a perception, please. Sakata, I like to think that you're a pretty perceptive guy. You're typically keen upon individuals that sneak upon you and attempt to, stalk up upon you and take your life. And then you're even greater at dispatching that threat. In this case, you don't hear footfall. You don't see anything move up to you. The only thing you feel is a wet nose in your left palm.
Is it Doggo?
Yes.
Well, it's
Yes, it
a
is.
wet nose in your palm.
No,
They
it's
want to
me.
take a look.
As I'm on all fours, kind of just shoving my nose into his pocket.
So it's basically as I'm going through the panels and stuff, I found a nose.
Yeah, you
Basically for
basically as you're beginning to move to the next series of things to fuck around with, you swing your arm down and there's a nose waiting where your hand would sway into. And it's just there. There's this enormous hound that most certainly would have left any kind of trace or remark of him being there. He's heavy. This dog is every bit of like upper 200 pounds.
Can I crouch down and pat it on the head?
How would you respond to that? Like, you didn't even hear this thing moving up to you at all. You just felt something almost jolting.
Beyond the very intense look, I would give it the immediate second I feel it when I look down. And in effect, to keep my composure down in both the middle of a shop and while my friends are talking with someone who has valuable information, I'm going to try to play it cool in a sense, while still having an air of, like that hair standing up on your back.
Sure, give me perception, please.
So you're gonna scream.
Not going to scream, but I'm on edge. 11.
When you immediately turn, like, your body kind of like recoils, because initially when something like that touches you, your body kind of like wants to jar away. It's just a survival mechanic that you're built with. Even as a hero, that's like even stronger. But as your body kind of jerks and you look down, you see just like this silhouette of the dog, and then there's a small snap of light. You hear this like audible like crack in the air, kind of like someone broke a pencil. And when you look back, you just see the dog on the opposite side of the room watching you from around the corner. Just ahead, peered around the corner.
I will turn back to Horam. Did you catch that dog over here?
No, I hadn't seen him.
He did.
Keep
Keep an eye on the dog. Okay.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm perfectly not inebriated.
That sounds English.
Look, just keep your eye on that dog.
Things out of your pockets for me, and I'll go see what's up with this dog.
Thank you.
I could use a little attention right now.
You could use. Okay, all right.
Dog. I'm like, well, you're ignoring me. You're boring. I'm gonna go talk to someone else, even if it doesn't talk back.
You're gonna move up to the dog and say you're ignoring me. You're boring.
No. I was saying that to Red.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, bro. I didn't even get a chance to respond.
I want to move up to the dog.
Sits down, talks to dog. So what are you about? Dog doesn't even respond. Man, fuck you, dog. You don't know me. You don't know my life. Fucking
I want
boring
to
ass.
approach it and just kind of like put my hand out so that it knows I'm not running after and trying to stab it or something.
Sure. Let me find out if there's any information on Doggo. Okay, when you place your hand out, you see him kind of step forward and sniff at your hand. It's at this point that you kind of get a little more definition of what this guy is about. His body is super oddly shaped. It's not like any kind of hound that you have seen. This definitely appears to be some kind of exotic hound. Its ears are shapen uncannily like rabbits. It's got odd structure to its fur. Like it's got almost like a mane around its chest and head. And it seems to be a bit thinner as it moves down, but it's still striped. Its eyes look oddly leonine as well, despite its yellowish nature. And there's this calm protuberance about it. You see that there's something more behind the eyes of this creature. And
It's smart.
Tyget looks over to you, and you hear him as they're preparing to ask him a question. He says, "That's Lepook."
He's friendly, right?
Well, if you're friendly to him, he's friendly to you.
And I'm gonna rest my hand on top of his head and just kind of pet him.
As you attempt to put your hand on top of his head, he basically throws his arm up and pushes it to the ground. And as he does so, he kind of pushes his enormous wet nose into your chest. And he begins like smelling. It's like this deep, almost uncanny whiff. And as he begins to smell you, he kind of chuffs to you like a... And there's something very odd about it. Like it's sort of like he's speaking. Give me perception.
20.
20. That's actually really good. Do you have linguistics by chance?
No, I don't think so. I do not.
Look at that. Finally something that he's gonna fucking suck at.
I don't expect Horam to know what language a dog is talking.
Suck it, Innie.
Take it easy, AO. Have a good one, man. Thanks again, brother. And I'll see you in a little bit. No, you're actually not. You're not familiar. It sounds like it's an oddly tangible language, but you can't tell what it might be. And plus, it's coming out of some kind of hound, so it could just be your imagination at this point. Your perceptions are all over the place. You are kind of elsewhere. Like physically, you're there, but mentally, you're not really.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, whoa, I mean no harm. Like it knows common.
He removes his paw from your hand, and he lies down near you, crossing paw over paw and placing his head down over his higher arm. Sorry for that, the introductions. I'm Tyget Mispus, and that's Lepook. Friends, we've been friends for a long time. I didn't quite catch your names, and why you travel in such a varied pack. Are you adventurers? Have you come to sell me oddities, antiquities even?
From the back of the room, I would say, I got a rug if you're interested.
Oh, yeah, I would be happy to assess.
I don't have it on me right now, but I'll make sure I get back to you, but they had more pressing matters. I'm going to continue looking throughout the shop again.
Actually, you are spot on. We are adventurers. And as it so happens, I'm Jerrod Skellerang.
Oh, wait, Scalrang, I'm familiar. Are you related in any way to the guard captain, Tercion?
Tercion would actually be, despite appearances, my younger brother.
Red your camera.
Wait, he has a brother? I was not informed that he had a brother.
Due to an incident having to do with some plane stepping, I was gone for some time. I've only just recently come. I was thought dead for quite some time.
Red, fix your camera.
I can only unplug and plug it in so fast.
Gotcha. We'll do it faster.